Florida.
Mr. Speaker, I recognize Mr. Turner from Ohio for as much time as he may consume.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, unbelievably, across this country, in family law courts, in states, our service members stand before family law court judges who take custody away from our service members upon their return from either previously Iraq or now Afghanistan, based solely on the fact that they were away from their children serving their country. Mr. Speaker, we should not have one arm of the government ordering our service members to deploy and another arm of our government taking their children away from them based upon the fact that they were away serving their country. One service member, Eva Slusher, who has been a champion of this issue, has said that she did not understand when she got back by law, they had to give her her job back, but by law, no one had to return to her child. Service members risk their lives in support of the contingency operations that keep our nation safe. State courts should not be allowed to use a service member's previous deployments or the possibility of future deployments when making child custody determinations. State courts should not be allowed to use a service member's previous deployments or the possibility when making these child custody determinations. Our bill would amend the Service Members Civil Relief Act to protect service members against this injustice by providing a uniform national standard. The lack of uniform laws creates uncertainty that adversely affects readiness and morale. State laws differ on the question of whether deployment or the potential for future deployment can be used by a criterion for these courts, and many states have no laws at all. The difference in state laws provides an opportunity for ex-spouses to venue shop to find a state that will alter custody agreements. Many service member custody battles involve up to 3 states: the state of the original custody order, the state where the child is residing, and the state where the service member is stationed. This bill creates a protective floor to ensure that all military parents can feel confident that their service to our country will not be used against them in our courts. In supporting this legislation, Secretary Gates stated, quote, "I am convinced that the benefits outweigh the concerns, and thus we should work with Congress to pursue an acceptable legislative formulation." The language of this bill has passed the House on 7 separate occasions, and the bill has strong bipartisan support. I have a letter to Leon Panetta that is signed by every member of the House Armed Services Committee, and I ask that this letter be entered into the record.
Without objection.
Our men and women in uniform sacrifice a great deal to serve our country. We owe it to them to provide uniform legal standards regarding child custody. Our servicemen and women should never be in the position of having to choose between their country and their family, or while they are on service, they should not have to worry what might happen to them when they return. I yield back the balance of my time.